were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is June 2nd, 2024. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 Chicago-based sibling sports and entertainment. It is butthole buffoonery at its finest. It is the wettest podcast east of, west of the Mississippi River. This is MELLONfights.
MELLONfights.
MELLONfights, Tara. Welcome back. Welcome back. A
back.
week later. Do you see what I'm rocking? You see what I'm
Yeah.
rocking here?
It's
Tara,
good.
there's a chance it's my favorite hat I've ever owned. There's a chance it's my favorite hat I've ever owned.
It's flashy, so I feel like that's why you like it.
Let me get a good shot of it.
Is it velour?
It's velvet. You like to say velour is a like a type of. It's like a.
Velvet?
It's not velvet.
It
no.
is.
Velour is like a very specific
velvet.
thing. No, it's a very specific.
It's
thing. I'm
velvety.
gonna tell you what it is. Velour, fashion. Pretty sure.
No, velour.
Yeah, I know. Velour, high quality clothes. It's like high fashion. This is not high fashion.
No, velour is velvet.
No, you're wrong. Velour is like a very specific thing. It's like people are confused. It's velvet. The velour is like a high fashion thing. I'm just letting you know. It's actually also hard to look up. I don't even know how to spell velour. Do you?
No, I'm trying to. VELO. Yeah, velour is velvet.
You say VELO?
VELOUR.
Velour. Velour.
Oh, look who's right.
What?
Velour.
It says similar
is a
to
plush,
velvet.
knitted
Similar
fabric or
to
textile,
velvet.
similar to velvet or
Similar
velveteen.
to velvet.
It can be made from polyester, spandex, or cotton. So it's like this
Similar
same
to
material.
velvet. But it's not velvet. But this is
It's the same
this is
thing.
velvet though. It's not velour, it's velvet. I have a
Okay.
velvety hat. I also discovered something I didn't notice until like after I owned it. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Inside the fucking
Ooh, there's a golden ticket.
it's hard to read because of focus, but little golden ticket. Greetings to you, the lucky finder of this golden ticket from Mr. Willy Wonka. It's like the golden ticket.
Pretty awesome.
It's cool, right?
It's pretty.
It's
pretty
actually
cool.
weird because I feel like the hat. Hold on, I gotta resituate. I feel like the hat is more for the new movie. Like it feels more like it's for the new one to me
Yeah,
than the
definitely.
orig. And the new one doesn't have the golden ticket. You know?
Oh.
So maybe it's just a combo of all Wonka. There was other Wonka hats. There was one that said Willy Wonka. It was cool. They're cool. This was by far the coolest though. And I'm gonna be very careful. I'm not gonna wear it when I think I'm gonna get sweaty.
I wonder why they did it.
What do you mean?
Why they made
They do all
them.
sorts of cool. Tara, there's another one I want to get. It says Yebba Debba Doo on it. It has fucking Fred Flintstone on it. Yebba Debba doing around, you know?
Yabba dabba doo.
Yebba Debba Doo. So I
Ooh.
look cool as shit in this hat. I don't know if you noticed,
I was just gonna say, I feel like your beard.
My
looks
beard is-
trimmed.
inches off. It was.
Yeah.
It's probably the
I just
shortest it's
noticed
been
that.
in years, maybe?
You feeling fit?
Am I feeling fit?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I just was
Look
really
fit.
fucking tired of it.
Yeah, especially in the hotness.
It definitely makes me look. I feel like I look younger.
You definitely look
Like
younger.
I look like a little baby boy with
You
my
look-
purple hat.
You just look like a young.
Maybe I should wear my hat backwards.
You definitely don't look like you're about to turn the big 40. No.
It says
no.
Willy Wonka.
That
It
doesn't
says
look
Willy. Yeah,
good.
this is not the right hat to wear
That
backwards.
looks bad.
It says Willy.
That makes you look about 30 years older.
I know, it makes me look like a real old fuck. Like I'm out there on
Yeah.
the pickleball court with the rest of my fucking family.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I pickleballed today.
I don't want to hear about your pickleball. I've said it. I don't like it. I don't like that the entire family. Trin's going to be playing it next.
Well,
you're all gonna be
I think Trin will
pickleballing.
have fun.
Huh?
I think Trin will love it.
I refuse.
So Mom and I played and I skunked her
Yeah.
3
'cause
times.
she's an old lady.
And then
Dad, take it
I
easy
told
on
Dad,
her.
I said, I told Dad that I skunked her 3 times.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? Like, why were you playing her that hard? And I'm like, why wouldn't I be?
I agree with Dad.
Duh.
It's Mom's new thing.
No.
Let her have it. Let her have a.
She's gonna, because then, like, 3 games in, it was a closey. It was 11-8. So she, like, was doing
so
better
she got better.
because I challenged her. She
Oh,
got
okay.
better than worse.
Okay.
Better than worse. Because then I beat her by
Can you not, like,
and
here Tara is trying to, like, brag about
Just
skunking our
saying.
65-year-old
I'm
mother.
good. I'm good.
Like, relax. Like, Jeannie,
Well-
Jeannie hasn't played, like, organized sports for, I don't know, whenever you guys played, she played softball with you guys, like, 20 years ago.
When's the last time I played pickleball?
You play organized sports, though.
Not really.
You play volleyball
I play volleyball.
every year, and you'll go play hoops on a regular with me. Tara,
Well,
is it going
I'm
to
just
bother you that I'm
saying.
going to become the eye candy of the show? Like I'm just going to take it all. I'm going to be the talented one and the hot one. Is that going to bother you?
It might bother me because I've not been the eye candy for a while.
And look how for me it can be. I just shave a little bit, and I
And
look,
you instantly get-
it's like, damn. And I'm getting my teeth fixed over the next
Yeah.
couple of weeks, so I don't even want to have this gap no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a full ass tooth. You're gonna be the ugly fucking untalented
know.
shit. You might have to pick it up somewhere else.
I
Do a
gotta
little
figure it out.
research.
Maybe I'll try to be a little bit funnier
Okay.
and try to do a little
Come up,
more
maybe come bring me some
research.
lists and shit, like funny bits and funny. Maybe write me poems,
Yeah.
write me lists, write me sonnets. I don't know. Come in very
Yeah.
prepared.
Because I'm not I mean, right now, looking at the 2 of us,
Sure.
you look way hotter than me today.
I mean, it's the velvet. The velvet's thrown.
it's the
the
velvet.
velvet. I'm not gonna
It
wear
makes you
I'm not
look
gonna.
rich,
I'm not
too.
gonna wear velvet every. Yeah, it's the things I look rich.
Yeah,
I
you look
look
rich. So that
very rich. Is he?
that,
It's
like, brings
golden
you
and
up.
velvety. Is he rich? Is that velour? I guess I will call it velour
Ooh,
because
is
it does sound
exactly
more fancy. I have my
Mhm.
hat a little low, and it doesn't look like I have eyebrows. How do we feel about that?
Well, it's okay. It doesn't look like it still doesn't look very eyebrowy.
I don't
You
have very
have
thick
big
eyebrows.
brows.
I don't have the thick brows.
No.
I think they're lightening up a little, getting a little grayer. Tara, I have gray in my chest hairs now.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I noticed it.
But you know what? That's distinguished, and women like distinguished, wealthy, velour wearing
That's true.
man.
We're gonna have so many fans. I'm the
So
next
many.
Vinny Chase.
That's
We'll talk about that.
okay.
We'll talk about
yeah.
that. We'll talk about that. We can anything else before we get into stuff? I mean, we're really just kind of riffing here, which is like what we're best at. We could do a whole. We've done whole episodes of that. I don't even know that we need to watch movies and things like that. Make lists. We can just go. Let's get real.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Tara,
True.
did you have anything else? Anything? Maybe we can start with our maybe we'll did you go come up with a wet moment and a dry moment for the week?
I did.
Let's do our dry moment to start the week. And then we'll do some other stuff, and
I
we'll
like
catch up with our wet moment later on. Because I don't want to talk. I have my wet thing, and I look back at it. It's like either like a wet thing that happened the week before, or something you're looking forward to, wet or dry. But whatever.
Oh,
Fireworks
I
are
don't
going
think I
off.
did
It's
a
that
good
time
job
of year,
then.
baby.
I want you to go first to see how off I am.
For my dry moment.
Yeah.
So my dry moments.
Because if we don't clarify very well, I will.
No, I want to hear what you got.
do it
Let's hear what
wrong.
you got.
No.
Yeah. You're
no.
going first.
I said
You're
you
going
first.
first. I just want to hear.
I called you
See, it
first.
doesn't matter. We didn't really
I'm
establish.
gonna read mine
We didn't really
regardless. I'm gonna
we
read
didn't
mine
really establish what it was.
regardless.
So let's see what you thought.
No, I'm gonna
No,
read mine
you're gonna go
regardless. So
first.
you go
You're gonna go
first.
first.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No, you're gonna go first. I'm the velour.
No.
I wear velour. I'm the
No.
hot one and the talented one. So why don't you be the brave one? How about you be the brave one? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nobody cares. We have our family listens and fucking Chris. We got Chris and our family.
And this was Chris's
This is for
idea,
you, Chris.
so I don't
So-
want to.
so
I don't want to
hook-
disappoint.
You're not gonna. Chris is gonna love it. Chris, this is for you. The driest moment is it? Can I ask you something? Is it backwards or forwards? Your dry moment.
What?
Is it dry moment? Are you looking for? Is there something you're not looking forward to, or is it something from the week prior?
Is it supposed to be about my life?
No, but like something in the world
That happened?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So did it already happen, or is it gonna happen?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
It already happened.
What's dry?
So the driest moment for me was when. Okay, we're gonna talk a little sports here because this is a sports
Perfect.
moment.
Perfect timing.
Okay, so Kennedy Carter plays. She plays for
we gotta talk about
the
this.
Chicago
It's fine, we'll talk
Sky.
about it, but
it's.
I know,
It's
but I'm
gonna
just so
work, I
tired.
promise.
That's actually my
I
driest.
just-
Can I tell you that you're actually feeding right into my driest moment? So go ahead. It's actually perfect. Perfect. Go.
Well, that's
Go ahead.
so. This is the reason why it's dry, because Kennedy Carter, she plays for the Chicago Sky,
Mhm.
and she scored a basket. And after she scored the basket, she went and shoulder checked Caitlin Clark, and she fell over.
Sure.
So
what's the dry part?
the dry part is it's all just getting so old. It's like,
Yeah.
we get it.
Okay, that is my
You
that's my
hate
dry
it.
thing. Is like I'm already over the WNBA
Yeah.
because of
and-
this. They're actually doing the opposite. They actually are hurting it because people are like, I just don't care. Like, what do you guys
Yeah.
do? Like, people are like, well, leave her alone. I don't even, but like,
And
it's just
it's
like
like-
so boring. And I was like, you guys aren't good.
Yes.
And then I watched the basketball, and the basketball I sent you a clip. I sent you that clip, right? Where there was like a first quarter, and it was highlights from just the first quarter of one game. And there was like 15 highlights that were dog shit. Like missed layups, air balls, flippity flops. The jump ball was a joke. Like,
Yeah.
if the game's got to be better for you to be having that
Right.
kind of to act like. Remember a couple years ago, Djokovic. You call him the Joker.
You yelled at me.
I know.
Jokic.
Pushed one of the Morris twins in the back after he fucked with him.
Yeah.
But as the best
Yeah.
player in the league, shoving a guy, and it was like they're all pretty good basketball players. It was like it was kind of wild. But this is just them going after the rookie, and it's just like. But then the basketball's really bad around it, and everyone's kind of
Right.
like. And it's making me not care. It's making me not care. So I guess I guess we
Right.
have the same driest moment. I guess we have the same driest moment.
Well, and the thing that else bugs me, where it's like, just these plays are non-basketball plays too, so it's kind of like, okay, like you push somebody, like you're cool, and then after the fact, she refused to talk about it. It's like, if you're gonna do that, like go
Own
and
up
be
to
like,
it.
hey, own up, or either like say something where you're like, oh, it's just a tough game, like anything, like just say something that I'm not talking about Caitlin Clark. It's like, well, you're the one that did it, and then you
Sure.
gave them a chance to win that game too. So
Yeah.
like, she was probably embarrassed for a lot of reasons, but it's like, own up to it.
Yeah, it's I'm not watching the games at all, really. It's everywhere on my socials, like the clips and the things, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, I don't care. You guys are making me care even less, because it's not like it'd be one thing if it was like just good basketball and they were like
Right.
out dueling each other, like when Allen Iverson is like going up against like Tracy or like Ray Allen in the 2001, championship, Eastern Conference Championship games, and they're just going back and forth, and like that was what
Right.
was like cool. Or even this year, like trying to think of
And it's so early on in the season.
well, their
and
season's
like
nice and
these
short,
teams are
but
And these teams are so new. They have so many new players
know.
on like all the teams.
It's almost
so it's like
feels
they're
like
still
preseason.
yeah. So they're still trying to like figure it out. And then there's all this like other stuff that's just annoying. And it's
There's
then everyone has to have a take
I
on it.
know.
Like it's a take
Yeah,
off, and it's like
here we are with the
ugh.
take, but I think our take is more like
I know.
I'm over the takes because they're not
Yeah.
interesting. We talked about it more than I wanted to. We're talking about it too much now. I mean, in the past
Well, it's
couple
the
weeks.
driest moment. Sometimes you got to.
It is the driest. The driest. So the driest
world.
moment is the WNBA might be fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to clean it up. These women need to like the jealousy is full force. Like
Oh yeah.
it's full force. It's like
It's
God
great.
damn. There was. Did you
And
see?
then it's
Did you
like-
see the one where they what's her name got knocked on her ass too? The taller girl. I think she's a second year player. She might even won. What's her name? She's really tall and she's white.
Does she play for the Fever?
No.
Oh no.
She basically
I
got
don't know.
tossed to the ground, and there's no foul called at all. And on the other end, she got called for a foul, and it's just like, what are we doing? Like the way she was tossed was like what are we doing?
Like that's the thing. It's like
I
these.
can't think of her name. What was her name? What's her name, Tara?
I didn't
Super
see it.
tall one. She's like attractive. She looks like a model, but she's just too tall to probably be.
Oh, Cameron
Briggs. Yeah.
She's just a. I think she's just a rookie too.
No.
I think she is.
Tara. She was in the running for I think MVP last year.
Mm.
Pretty sure. Cameron Brinks. It's just Brink. Cameron Brink. Is 22. It's really not that easy sometimes to find shit. Drives me nuts. Stats. Maybe she's a rookie. For some reason, I thought she was a second year person. I must be confusing her with someone else. But yeah, same sort of shit. It's just like, why are you what are you doing?
Yeah.
And again, I don't really care, but it's coming out. It's just like, what? It's boring. So my driest moment, I had a second driest moment, but I'm just gonna go with that one with you. Okay. My driest moment is something if you want to talk about. Maybe we can. You know what my other driest moment is?
Or just say you have a different dry moment.
Yeah, my driest moment. I'm just tired of it. Of them, another social media thing coming across my face. It's people's food videos. We've already kind of talked about this, me and you, where they eat food in front of them. Oh. I think we should make a list next week of our top three, maybe a top 5 things about food videos that drive us nuts. Top 5. I don't want to say too many of them, but I can't. There's like so many things that drive me nuts about them.
There was a girl that I just saw doing like a TikTok, and she had like a peppermint in her mouth or something, and it was like moving it as she talked and like just making the loud smack noise.
The ASMR
like,
stuff is
what
so
is this?
Fucking stupid.
And it wasn't even ASMR. It's just like we think like we're
cool.
We have something that we have to talk about with a peppermint in our mouth.
I know it sucks. They like get huge views. I'm like, this isn't even good. I'm talking about like people that are making like food I'm even like interested in. I'm like, I'd be interested in this, but now I'm like not because of this video. And one of them is them eating it. Stop eating in front of me. I don't want to see you fucking slop around on your food. Shut up. Make it and show it to me. I don't want to see you lick it and slobber on it.
The only person I want to see eat food is Guy Fieri. I'll watch him go to Flavor Town any day.
There's some people that are fine.
Else.
They just take a normal bite. But most people are like, oh, they take the bite and go, oh, that's the most delectable thing I ever fucking ate. It ain't. I've made some of these recipes. They're dog shit. I've been making a bunch of protein powder ones. I'm trying to. And they all taste like shit. They all taste like protein powder. Get out of here. They taste like shit. These protein desserts.
Like, ooh, this delicious protein
I'd much rather just eat protein powder with a little bit of almond milk and some fruit.
Yeah.
I
just throw it in
I don't
want to.
I don't need to snack on your bullshit fake frosting made from vanilla protein powder. Ew.
I make that.
It's gross.
I put it on protein pancakes and it's delicious.
All right, whatever. Well, there's this one guy that looks like he actually makes stuff that could be good. I'll send it to you. I think I did send it to you.
You did.
It looks like his stuff's good. It looks good.
Yeah. But it probably tastes like protein powder.
I know. I hate the taste. I'd rather just eat a protein bar at that point or drink it down.
My one of my coaches / nutritionists, he's like, oh, this tastes so good. And I tried it and I was like,
It's someone who hasn't had
It's not it.
sweets in a long
Yeah.
time. Man, if I could have some sweets right now. I mean, I could. I had made myself nachos for dinner. They were delicious.
Ooh.
My sweets now are bubbly buzz or bubbly burst.
Burst.
They taste delicious in my opinion. 5 to 10 calories depending on the flavor.
I need to get those still.
Get them at Woodman's. Or as I've heard
I'll
people
go
called
there tomorrow.
Wegmans on the internet. They don't know what the fuck.
Wegmans.
They're dumb. They're
Learn
like,
how
you
to
heard
read.
about this? It's just something they heard of and then they mention it. They don't know how dope it is. And like that we've lived. I've been lost in Woodman's as a young boy before.
I've got my big thumbnail get run over and fall off in a Woodman's cart. So
We were just babies 40 years ago.
just babies sitting in the bottom of the cart.
Her father worked at Woodman's.
Yes.
That's how we know Woodman.
We were raised by
worked for
Woodman's.
Woodman's.
Yeah.
I worked for the warehouse that supplied
distributor.
the distributor
Yeah.
that basically is owned by Woodman's that keeps where they keep all the food.
Yeah.
I used to work there. I got fired. Thank you very much. Man, can you imagine if I was still working there, Tara, 20 years later?
Nope.
That'd be wild.
It would be wild.
Think about that. Because I'd be about 20 years right now. I'd probably thinking about retiring. To be honest, I would be like, I'm going to fuck out of here soon.
It's time to retire.
It's time to retire. But anyway, we'll get to wettest later.
Yeah.
For sure. Sports wise, the only other thing is the finals are set. We finished the pod before we did the pod. Did we do the pod Monday?
Monday early.
Monday early, and they won Tuesday.
Before you kicked me out.
I think you're pretty happy you left when you did. You got back quick, and it looks like you got a workout in.
A workout in. Yeah.
So fuck off. I had things to do. I had video editing to do.
Yeah.
For other stuff other than this.
Yep.
So the at the time it was 3-0. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-0 Celtics.
And did they
Won.
Celtics won that night, right?
Yeah.
And then
the following night, Dallas lost.
that was lost
to the
on
Timberwolves
Tuesday
to
the
put it
Timberwolves.
3-1.
Then they won on Thursday night.
Thursday.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they
Yeah.
won on. Mario
Thursday.
did come over. I had Mario over. We watched hoops on Thursday, or did we watch it on Tuesday? Must have been Thursday. Yeah. So Dallas is in the finals against the Celtics. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know what they're saying
don't
about
either.
Porzingis. The thing is, they got another. They don't play for another. What 4 days?
5 days. 'Cause it's the
Thursday?
7th?
They play on Thursday, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, the 6th.
No, the 6th.
So they play Thursday. So maybe it won't be game 1, but I don't know. Who's going to win? Predict, Tara. Predict the winner of the NBA Finals of 2024.
I'm going to say the Dallas Mavericks.
I'm going to say that the
6.
Celtics, they do it.
Okay.
I think the Celtics do it.
In how many games?
Celtics in 6.
All right.
What'd you say?
I said Mavs in 6.
Okay. I say Celtics in 6. You say Mavs in 6. I love it. Any other sports stuff going on for you?
No.
I'm just gonna.
I started
double
watching
check. But nothing happened after we started.
I started watching the hockey game today. I watched the first 2 periods.
Which one?
The one that's on today.
Stars Oilers.
Yeah.
Oilers won.
The Oilers were ahead
They
by
go to
2.
they're going to the
Cup.
Stanley Cup
Stanley
Finals.
Cup Finals.
Nice.
Against the Panthers.
Oh, Simone Biles wins 9th U.S. title. Pretty crazy.
Oh, what else happened on? Was it Monday?
What?
Bill Walton died.
Oh yeah, Bill Walton died.
Which was such a.
We're a little late
hearing
for
the
that.
stories about him, it just like brought smiles to my face whenever I heard.
Bill
one,
Walton was
'cause
great.
He just seemed like such a cool cat, and whenever he was doing announcing a game, it was always a fun
Always
time.
fun. He said
He was
wild
just-
shit that
he's-
didn't make any sense
Yeah.
sometimes, but
He was just on another level. And it sounds like he was just a kind person
Yeah.
that just wanted to make people happy.
Sure.
And I love that.
I love it. I like Bill Walton. I've always liked Bill Walton. Yeah, but yeah, he died. He wasn't even, I mean, 71, right?
Yeah.
That's really not that old.
No.
You know, it's old. Like it's an old
but
person.
Not that old.
But it's an old person, 71. I'd say.
Sure.
If I knew a 71-year-old when I was in my 20s, like that person's fucking almost dead. But when you really think about it, people live in their 80s very often, into the 90s
Yes.
even now. And especially someone with a lot of money, you know? It's surprising.
Mhm.
So what kind of cancer, right?
Yeah.
What kind was it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Bill Walton, dead at 71. We're
Walton.
breaking it a week later. Yeah, that's tough to talk about stuff when you're a week behind. But I don't mind talking about
Yeah.
it because I got a little tickle in my
Yeah.
throat. I'm worried I got COVID.
Oh God, how'd you get that?
Actually, I walked in the rain yesterday,
Mm,
fighting my demons. That's
mm.
what it felt like. It started to rain while I've been rucking. That was called.
What's rucking?
It's when you walk with weights in your like a backpack.
Oh,
It's
look
supposed to be
out,
better, like you
Drew.
build, like helps you build muscle and stuff while you.
So you.
So you walk. I do my normal walk. I started like I had a 25-pound dumbbell in my backpack.
Oh, geez.
I'd put 30.
My back would have hurt.
I did 35. Actually, the day it was raining, I had the 35-pound one in, but it's too big, so I can't lay it sideways. So I had to stand it up, and it moves around too much.
Mm,
So I gotta buy like some.
Hurt your
You can do
back?
like plates and stuff like that, but I don't really have any plates. They're expensive. But my thought is I'll take those old Ratch Tech dumbbells back that no one's using.
mhm.
But I can still use the plate part. Like that's 100 pounds
Yeah.
of weight of just plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe a little less because obviously the
The
excuse me, the actual dumbbell has some weight.
not tons though.
No, not a ton, but
5? Is it 5?
I think you're right. I think it's just 5.
Yeah.
So with 90 pounds of just plate weight I could use,
Mm-hmm.
and I can still use them as dumbbells when I'm not throwing them in the backpack. It's just really hard to do with the full dumbbells because they don't really fit in there that well.
And I feel like it would like irritate your back. Do we got to take a
I don't know where
pause?
this cough's coming from.
It's called walking in the rain.
Well, Vamp, while I go get a drink.
What should I vamp about? Drew's always telling me to vamp, and
live on the pod.
are you really? It sounds like he's gonna take a COVID test live. If he's got it, it's a good thing that we're screens apart because I don't need no COVID. I gotta make the monies. Oh, he's gotta get his tooth fixed though this week, so hopefully he doesn't have COVID. Otherwise, he's gonna be a toothless Joe for another probably couple weeks. Who knows? Maybe they'll have to push it way back. You know how those dentists are. Once you miss one, you say, "Oh, I actually can't make this appointment that I scheduled 6 months ago," and they're like, "Okay, well, we're not open for another 6 months," and it's like, what the hell?
What's going on?
Nothing.
Cool. All right, I
Are
got.
you really gonna take that?
Yeah, I got a cough, and I never have a cough.
You literally just started coughing.
No, I started coughing yesterday a little bit, but it's getting me again.
Oh. Well, maybe it's because you're around Mario. He has children. Children
Oh
are
yeah, yeah.
gross.
That's the thing is I'm never around fucking anybody ever. I'm alone like all the time. Not trying to make everybody feel bad, but
You really are making us feel bad.
why? I like being alone. It's fun.
Drew
This is only one test.
hanging around.
Rip off.
Nothing left to do but frown.
All right.
Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
So COVID test. I haven't taken a COVID test in a while.
Oh gosh, every time I do it, I sneeze about 1,000,000 times.
Do you?
Yeah. Because I got a deviated septum
wow.
and it really hurts.
Oh wow.
I could get a nose job if I wanted.
That'd be fun. All right, here we go.
No.
On live. No one's ever done a live COVID test, Tara. I can't tell you something. No one's done a live COVID test on a podcast in probably a couple years.
Yeah,
So I'm bringing it back.
definitely.
I'm bringing it back. It's called Throwback Thursday. We're doing COVID test live.
Throwback Thursday.
See what we got here.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. All right.
Right now, he is putting it up his nostril
Ah.
and
Oh,
coughing.
boy.
You
Ah.
got to do it slower than that.
I just got to
It
get
looks
it.
like it's hurting his brain.
I hated
All
that.
right.
I hated that. Hated that a lot. Oh man, I forgot how much that sucked.
Is this the one that you squeeze?
Excuse me?
Do you squeeze that now?
Yeah. I think I did 3 drops.
Do you feel like a scientist when you do that?
Yeah, fancy scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with my
Yeah.
velour.
With your
How many drops is it? Whoa.
5 to 6.
You sure about that?
No.
I did 3. That feels right. There's no directions.
Is it on the box? Mm-hmm. This guy.
4 drops. I gotta do 1 more drop.
One more drop.
1 more drop.
When's the last time you've had COVID?
About 2 years ago. Almost exactly 2 years ago. Because it was in June. I went to a June wedding in New Orleans.
That's the only time you had it?
Yeah. Why else would I have had it? You had it more than once?
No, but I feel like everyone else has.
Oh, I haven't. How many minutes?
15. But usually if you have it, it pretty much instantly shows it.
I feel like when Miranda got it, it took a while to show up. The first time she tested positive for it. Yeah, 15 minutes. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
All right. I stopped coughing, so I'm probably all right.
So you probably don't
So we're
have
at 30 minutes right now. It's probably been going for a minute. We're at 31, so 45. We'll check it out.
Okay.
We'll see. So keep it in mind, guys. Hey, Tara, we're already at 30 minutes. So let's get into the movie. I made Tara watch a movie. I'm going to tell you something, Tara. I didn't watch the movie. I've seen it a million times. I saw it within the last few months.
Okay. Well,
But I did something. I was watching. It's because I was busy watching something else. We'll talk about that during my wettest. So Tara,
Entourage?
we'll talk about the movie just fine with you. So Tara, we did it for Memorial Day. We wanted her to watch it for a while because it's an all-time movie. I made her watch. She agreed to watch. I didn't make her. I didn't force her. She agreed to watch it. I believe she watched it over. Did you finish it last night late?
No,
She watched it over
this morning.
three fucking sittings because she's an a-hole. Really get the flow of a movie like that. But she watched Saving Private Ryan for the first time. I believe it's about 20 years old. What year did that come out? Tara, this is here about Saving Private Ryan, which 1998. So way even older than I think. So this basically, we could call this movie, the whole movie is the Tara moment, basically,
gosh.
where every
Pretty
scene is
much.
pretty much like, I can't watch this because it's like stressful.
But there was one for sure where I was like, I think I gotta turn this off.
Oh, okay.
And then I did. And then I finished.
I don't know.
it
I
the
have a
next
guess,
day.
but there's a couple moments that it could be.
Okay. So going into it, like, I did not know anything about it.
Nothing?
You
didn't know it was a war
I just
movie?
knew it was about war. No. I knew it was about war, but that's all
Well, you
I
didn't
knew.
know why it was called Saving Private Ryan.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I went into it like that, and then the first scene, where he's like the old man walking through the white crosses in the cemetery, and then like it just, I already was feeling,
that got you?
Yes,
That was getting you?
Yes, and then he falls to
Just
his
the
knees and
family
starts crying.
following the old man?
Yeah, it just like was unsettling to me because I was like, I knew he was a war vet,
Sure.
and just the trauma that he went through.
Sure.
So I instantly started crying. Not crying, but tearing up.
Yeah.
And then it goes into that first scene.
The scene of the movie. One of the greatest,
The
one of the
iconic-
great, is it the iconic moment, would you say?
Yes, I mean,
It is. The D-Day.
especially that's how the whole movie starts off, and it's so long.
Yeah, it's like 25 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that
D-Day.
The D-Day scene. The beach, the storming of Normandy.
I am telling you, like the second it started and they're in their boats
Yeah.
and then they lower the armor part
Yeah.
and everyone just gets
Starts
shot
getting
and killed
shot.
pretty much.
Yeah.
That you
Well, they're
just
like
saw.
crying and pissing themselves before it even
Yes.
happens.
I was just like, what am I getting myself into?
Mhm.
Like, because they knew
What was
that they
happening?
were going into a situation that
Yeah.
they probably weren't going to make it out of.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it is real life. And this still happens today. And it's just fucked up.
Yeah.
So I instantly hated life. And it was just painful to watch. It was so realistic. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
I don't know how realistic it was, but it felt.
I mean, there's been veterans that came out and said it really. They like say that like scenes like probably the closest thing they've ever seen on screen to like making it, giving you the, especially like in a theater where it's
Yeah.
loud. Imagine watching that seeing that in the theater. Saw that in theater with mom and dad, I believe, and is how loud it was. Like they're like it's kind of the closest like anyone ever
Yeah.
got to like making it feel like how hectic it was, and like I didn't really know what was going on ever because there was just always
Yeah.
something going on.
And it was just heart wrenching. Like
Sure.
watching these
Mostly
young guys
guys.
die and crying for their moms.
Yeah.
And like being blown to bits. And then the people that were still alive having to go to these dead bodies and take their guns, their ammo, so then they had more. And like the one where Tom Hanks, Captain Miller's like dragging one of the soldiers and he just blows up behind him, so he has to let him go.
Sure.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And it was so long.
That first
And
scene.
the thing that sucked too is the weather was bad here, so it kept buffering.
That sucks.
Yeah. And I was watching it on Peacock, so then I'm like, all right, I gotta be done with this right now. After I watched that full scene, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch to a different app, and that's when I did Paramount when I came back to it. But that first scene, and then you find out why it's called Saving Private Ryan.
Right.
Because 3 brothers all died.
Yeah.
And there's a 4th brother that they didn't know if he was around, but the mission was to go and find the 4th Private Ryan and bring him home to his mother.
Yeah.
So she didn't have a 4th child die at this war. And yeah.
And it's just they pick a
ragamuffin crew.
Yeah, just a crew.
Motley crew.
I don't even know if it's a motley crew. I just think that's what
it's not.
I
it's just a crew.
That's just one of the crews that existed, and it had
Yep.
you know just that's who they chose to do it. Yeah, I don't even
And
say they're
Tom
motley
Hanks-
crew. They're just all
No, they're all soldiers.
they're just soldiers they're
fighting
just guys
in this
from
long ass terrible
different
war.
places in the different backgrounds, and
Right.
and then they also have a photographer journalist role with them.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Which
we'll talk about probably later, but
yeah. So it's Captain Miller and his crew, and they're sent on like a really dangerous.
What about
journey
this cast?
Because it's a great cast.
What about just the crew alone?
Just the crew alone.
Just the crew alone, like
great actors.
You got Hanks.
They were so
Hanks
good.
You got Tom Sizemore.
He did so
Who's
good.
really good in it.
I didn't know him from anything because I only saw him on Celebrity Rehab because I'd never.
You didn't
seen
know he was
Saving
actually a
Private
very good
Ryan.
actor.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
he was so good.
Yeah, he was really, really good in the '90s and late '80s era
Yeah.
of stuff. Sizemore, yeah, he's like a shit show. He did become a shit show, but
Which is sad.
it is sad. And they got Hanks and him, and then you got but then you got the younger guys. You got like Ed Burns.
Yep.
And you got Vin Diesel, and you got Giovanni Ribisi, and you got I forget his name, but he was actually I'll talk about him too. And what is his name? You got Barry Pepper and Adam Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole crew. And then the Jeremy Davis is the. I guess he's corporate. He's not just a journalist. He's part of the.
Right.
He's just a photographer, but he's like
because he had to go through basic training because they were like,
yeah.
Well, did you shoot a gun in basic training?
Yeah.
He's like, yes. Well then, here you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then throughout their mission, they lost more soldiers.
Yeah. Well,
in fucked up ways.
Well, let's get to that. We can get to that. We don't have to go through. It's such a long movie. We don't have to go like scene by scene. I think we got a pretty good. That's probably your best way you've ever like kind of summed up a movie. You're like, hey, this is the opening scene, and then you kind of like, and then this is where it goes from there.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm learning.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the thing. I'm the hot one now, and you're the Potter. We'll see. So, yeah. So let's kind of get into the categories from there, and then let's okay. Well, so we got the iconic scene, right?
Yeah.
Maybe name a few more scenes that stuck out to you. I would say.
Sure.
That were, or maybe we can get to that. What's the next category? What was the terrace scene?
Well, let me talk about one other scene that
Sure.
stuck out real quick.
Sure, yeah.
So obviously they're trying to find James Ryan, and they get to an army base, and they're like, we're trying to find this guy. Has anyone heard of him? And then they gave them this big bag of dog tags of people that had died. And they're like, he might be in this.
It's not really a base. It's just where they've gathered.
Yeah.
Like in a field.
So then they start going through them and are joking around. And it's showing how desensitized these guys are of fallen soldiers. Because they're almost like making fun, making jokes.
You're almost treating them like poker chips.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then the medic was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, these people that are like going off to a mission are seeing you talk this way. So they're kind of all like, oh my gosh. So then.
Yeah, because this crew's definitely, this isn't their first stop.
I mean, they were just at Normandy.
Yeah, they probably lost people.
So many
before
people.
That even. Like that people there was people on that boat that were probably got shot that were part of the crew that we didn't even get to meet.
Yeah.
You know.
So then there was like a nice little lightened up moment where it wasn't all like doom and gloom stuff. And Captain Miller, Tom Hanks, starts saying, he's got to be here. Private Ryan. And then someone was like, I know him. And they bring up this guy who had been like in an explosion and couldn't hear. So he was like saying something and he was misunderstanding him, and it added this like kind of humor. And then they bring over Private Ryan.
Yeah, it was the dude from, it was the guy from, again, just so many people in small parts. It was the guy from Remember the Titans. That was
Gary.
What was his last name?
Bertier.
Gary Bertier is him. And it is a funny moment. It is a funny scene. There's funny shit in this movie.
It's funny.
That's why it's so good.
So they bring over, are you James Ryan? Yes. And then Captain Miller has to tell him his three brothers have died.
That's a different scene.
And no, it's not.
Yes,
it's in that scene.
No, it's not. No, Tara, it's not.
I just watched it. I literally just watched it.
That's not when that's when they're doing that dog take. They bring him up, and then they talk to the guy and run him up when they meet fucking Ted Danson later. Is when that happens. Because Ted Danson's part of Ted Danson's crew. Positive.
No, he goes, I know him. And maybe they told him where he was.
Yes. That's not where they bring him. That's what I'm saying. It's not the part where they talk to him.
Oh,
They have more shit happen to him before they get to that guy.
So
they see like there's a quiet moment and then it goes straight to a fucking crazy. It's like Doomsday, fucking D-Day, and then they just kind of talking, and then they kind of get, and then fucking crazy shit happens again, and then they calm it down, and it keeps happening that way. It's like insane. It's like every other scene is like, who we losing now, basically. But
so finally they find Private Ryan, and Captain Miller's like telling him what's happening, and he just seems like such a fucking goon. And they like his crew was like, gosh, this guy, he sucks.
Nathan Fillion, whatever, from like what's that show? Bones? Not Bones.
No. The Rookie?
Yeah, The Rookie, but he was doing something like Bones. The one with the chick. Or no, he was in something like that.
I don't know.
Not Bones though.
No.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, he just seems like such a goon, and then he starts crying. Castle
was the one I was thinking of.
He starts crying, and he's just like, How did he die? How did they die?
Jesus.
Or how did he die? What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, he's like, how did he die? And then he's like, well, in battle. And then he's like, well, how? My brother's only in grammar school. So it was like the wrong Private Ryan. And it was just, everyone was just like, this fucking guy. They just hated him.
He's like, because he's like, oh, my brothers aren't dead, or my brother's dead,
Yeah,
and he starts freaking out. He wants to go home because he's like,
yeah.
my brothers are. They're like, he's not. They're not dead.
Yeah, they're not dead.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know. I just feel like you could have told that faster.
You kept interrupting
I
me.
know, because you had some details that were a little wrong. I just didn't know you were going to get to that point already. I didn't think we were there. That was a scene that stuck out to you, though?
Yeah.
Is that why you brought it up? Okay.
Yeah, because it was funny.
It was funny. It was very funny.
Jesus Christ.
I thought you were saying the funny part was the guy that couldn't hear.
Well, that he was being fun. It was like it had funniness to it.
Sure. What is that face?
I didn't make a face.
I got 15. Hold on. It's basically 15. It's 15 minutes.
All right.
One line.
COVID?
We're good.
One line.
No COVID.
COVID free.
COVID free for 2 years since 2022.
So
Anyway,
my favorite characters. I mean, everyone was so good, so it was hard to like pick too many favorites. But Captain Miller, he really took over. He took his role very seriously too, and he was smart, and he was a good leader.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was like a good person.
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks.
And cared about his mission and his crew.
It was hard not to be like, this is just Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
It was very Tom Hanksy.
But like I said, everyone was so good.
Everyone
Tom
was good.
Sizemore was so good.
Sure.
At the guy, the sharpshooter.
Barry Pepper.
So good.
So who's your least favorite character?
I didn't have anyone
Come
really.
on, there had to be somebody you didn't like. I know who I didn't like. I mean,
I don't have it.
I mean,
Who?
I hate Corporal Upham. He's the worst.
I didn't hate him because I understood where he was coming from, and because he hadn't seen any of this stuff because what he was doing. So this was his first time, like actually.
Yeah, but his actions got a lot of people killed.
I know.
He just the way he not even the end. Yeah, I guess it all happened at the end, but like he just like was like this.
Again, because he didn't know what he was doing, and he saw the humanity in the other people too.
Right, but also but still, I don't know. He was really unlikable.
I didn't dislike him.
He was a coward in moments. I'm not saying I would have been better.
He was, but he just, I mean,
if you have to pick somebody,
Hitler.
Hitler's not in the movie.
They talk about him.
Sure, of course they do. Talk about Hitler in a lot of movies.
He's always my least favorite when they talk about him.
Wow. Bryan Cranston was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Danson was in it.
He was.
Paul Giamatti was that. There's the Paul Giamatti scene as well.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah. What's the next category?
The Tara moment for me was definitely.
Which one? I actually don't know which one it's going to be.
It was before the final battle at the bridge.
Was it?
Just because I knew that pretty much everyone was going to die.
Sure.
If not everybody.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't prepared for another D-Day type scene. So I actually and I was it was late.
Crazy.
I didn't want to go to bed to that.
So you watched it the next day?
Yes.
Okay. So you actually did turn it off before it started. I mean, that's a long scene too. It's probably a half hour.
And I knew it was going to be long, and I knew it was going to just rip my heart out.
It's interesting. It's like everyone remembers the D-Day scene, and the D-Day scene is like iconic. But that last scene is an insane fucking battle. Like so many things, so many more. Like the first one's just so it's just happening, and it's just you're just thrown into it. But that last scene is so many things are happening. Like they're like being creative with how they're like trying to blow things up, and they're like doing all these. There's all like, they're all in different areas and doing different jobs and stuff like that, which I think was really a cool. Like maybe actually sometimes when I look back on it, it might actually be the better scene. Maybe not.
Well, that's when but like what sucks about that is that's like when all of our guys die.
Sure, it's harder. That one's like, more. The first one's more like shock.
Yeah.
And the last one's more like gut wrenching and like I've grown to love all these people. We've already lost a few of them in terrible
And
ways.
it's like, you know, that like this is the end of the war, and if they can make it out, they survive. But they were so close and didn't make it,
Right.
and it just sucked.
So, did you know that? Did you know that Matt Damon was in the movie as Private Ryan?
I didn't know. Well, I assumed once I started watching it that was going to be Private Ryan,
That he was
because like,
you knew he was in it.
well, when I pressed Saving Private Ryan, he was on like the picture.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't like that because it's really you didn't know it was him until it happened in the movie theater.
Yeah.
It was very much like a
Like, oh,
people didn't know. You like even if you knew he was in the movie, you probably forgot about that he was in the movie.
right.
And then he's Private Ryan, and it's like, and he maybe I hate him the most. He's a little fucking whiny bitch too.
No.
I'm not going anywhere. There's a
Well,
lot of poutiness going on. Like, grow up, bro.
he just lost his brothers.
I get that.
And he
Tara.
wasn't
I get
going to
that.
abandon his brothers.
I mean, that was the argument. I don't know if I agreed with it, but so what about some of the other, like, what other scenes like really got you? Would you say?
I mean,
What was
feel
the
like it
hardest
just,
scene to watch while it was happening? Not like the terror moment where like I got to turn this off because it's like there's too much anxiety. Like, what scene was like, this is like rough?
the first scene, I didn't want to watch it anymore.
Mm.
I was like, this sucks. But the last scene, oh no, you know what it was?
Yeah, just tell me.
When the medic.
Yeah, that's the scene of the movie where it's like,
oh, especially since he was just like, cut the shit. These are people, and then he is dying,
and they can't do anything
no,
except for like make him feel at ease. That's the
he
hardest.
gives him a
part
bunch
of
of
it. Like the Vin Diesel scene's tough too,
yeah.
but it's not as tough. It's just because they're all there trying to help him.
Look at my eyes. I got teary thinking about it.
It's
That
a-
was definitely the scene.
It's a sad scene. It's a tough scene, and then it leads to them not killing those guys
Yeah.
or the one guy that survived.
Yeah.
And then he shows up obviously later
And then he
and kills.
yeah.
I think is he the one that shoots Hanks? He might be the one that shot Hanks. I thought the other really just like if you want to go like the knife fight scene up in the bell tower, like between the that was
Oh
tough.
my god, when he stabs him slowly into his
while
chest.
the other guy just could have just walked in and saved him, and he's just on the
Yes,
stairs
that's
crying.
so terrible.
Yeah, he's my least favorite character.
Yeah.
Come on, he could have saved him.
I know.
Like he could have saved him. He could hear that they were fighting. It wasn't like
I know.
he could have done something.
You're right. He's the worst.
He didn't belong there. But again, I guess that might be
He
part of
didn't-
it. Is like
well, that's the thing. That's why
none
I
of these
was-
people. A lot of these people don't belong there. All of them don't
Yeah.
belong there.
Yeah.
No one's supposed to be doing that
No.
for real in
It's
their
so
life.
fucked up. It's so fucked up.
What's left category wise?
The heroes are the soldiers who put themselves in harm's way.
Just in real life.
But then
Okay.
also
Well, who's the
in
hero of the movie?
Captain Miller, because he
Thanks.
saw the detonator and he knew that he had to sacrifice himself to make the tank come towards him.
He also held, everyone together the whole movie.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
he was a hero.
He was a
Teacher.
hero.
Oh, he's a teacher. Right?
He was a teacher. Yep.
Crazy. The villain?
Power hungry
Na-
assholes who are
Nazis?
using innocent people to carry out their
Yeah.
evil plans.
Sure. Absolutely. I'll give you that. Is that everything? What's the message?
War's fucked up and we should not be at war with each other. We should be like Bill Walton and make everybody happy and laugh and feel
wow.
good about
Bringing
themselves.
Billy Boy back. Or how about
Yeah.
Willie?
And bring people candy
Yeah.
like Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka's a poor boy with no money. But he's pretty and handsome, so I'm sure someone would call him on his privilege. Because people are fucking stupid.
Definitely.
His privilege.
His pretty privilege. Drew, you have pretty privilege.
he reunited the young black girl with her mother. That's what Willie Dunn did in Wonka. Spoiler alert. Go see Wonka if you haven't seen it yet. Also,
Go see
Tara,
Wonka.
Godzilla -1. They put it on.
Good.
They put it on Netflix last night, like kind of out of nowhere, and I watched it. You should watch it. It's fun. It's not in black and white, which I've told you is the way to watch it, but it's still good, not in black and white. Just you got to be ready to watch it because it's subtitled. People are complaining like, "Oh, the dub part's bad. Like the dubbing is bad." Like people are like, there's one part where the dubbing like it doesn't match the like. Don't watch it dubbed, you dumb fuck. It's called Read It.
Read it.
Fucking asshole. You should never watch a dub movie. Guys, I'm here to tell you the driest thing you could ever do, is watch a movie fucking dubbed, you fucking idiot.
It's if you the second you like, I will like be on Netflix, right?
Everything's talked like this.
Yeah.
It's like, who did
Every
this?
time, like I'll put on like something on Netflix. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. Then I'll start playing it, and it's dubbed, and I'm like, goodbye.
Goodbye. Sometimes I'll switch it over.
Goodbye.
Usually I'll catch it before, like I'll switch it over and try it with subtitles, and if it's good enough, I'll keep watching it. But yeah, dubbed. Like I watched that one I told you about. I think I told you about it. Where it was the 8 show. No, I don't think I told you. Called the 8 show. It was like another It was like a Korean show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Squid Game did. It's a Squid Game is that as well. But it's like in that vein, and it's super fucked up. And if I kind of wanted to throw the dubs on because I bet it was fucking insane. Just like, oh, because they're saying crazy shit, and it dub would be terrible. Fuck dubs. God damn, dubs suck. So people complaining about the dub should stop trying to watch fucking dub shit, because it's like the quality of the moment wasn't as good because the acting wasn't like the right tone. Like, yeah, no shit, you're supposed to, but also they're wrong because I watched it not dubbed, and there's scenes where it's like insane how I'm like, this acting is wild, but it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. Tara, what do you rate Saving Private Ryan?
I rate it
like I didn't even you didn't really even tell me if you, go ahead. I'm sorry.
An American classic.
Oh, wow.
But hard to watch.
An American classic, but hard to watch. That's quite a rating.
Yeah.
You didn't really give it a cool rating where I was like 4 out of 5 Ryan brothers.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
4 out of 4. All 4 Ryan brothers survive is all a mistake. That's your rating. Fubar.
I'm gonna give it.
It's Fubar. I think you should rate it Fubar.
What's Fubar?
Did you watch the movie? They bring it up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's Fubar? Oh my God, Tara, you suck.
Oh, that's what that's what they say.
I think the movie is Fubar. I would rate it Fubar if I were you. Tara, what do you rate this movie?
Fubar.
Yeah, fucked up beyond all recognition.
Yes.
Fubar. There you go. Tara watched
Fubar.
Saving Private Ryan. I'm very happy that she watched it.
I will never watch it again.
But are you glad you watched it as far as like now you've seen it? Because it is. You can't pretend it's not a great movie. Would you agree with that?
It was a good movie. It was
like
a long movie, but
Spielberg
cooked.
What?
It was a long movie, but it cooked.
If you would have watched it just on like a regular day, you would have been fine just watching the whole thing. It's not that long. It's like 2.5 hours.
No, it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes.
All right. What anyway? Oh wait, how about the end when it's fucking Matt Damon? The old man's Matt Damon.
Yeah.
You didn't know that. At the beginning, because at the beginning they fade into Hanks.
Yeah.
But at the end they fade out of Matt Damon.
That's exactly.
And he's like, tell me I'm a good man.
Yeah, because
that's a tough scene too.
Yeah, Drew.
That's a tough scene too. God, that's a good movie.
Because what did he say to him at the end? What was the earn it?
Earn it.
Yeah. Ugh. God, that was a tough movie to watch.
Good though.
Cried.
Good movie. Good ass movie. So let's jump over to our wet moments.
Okay.
For the week. What was your wettest moment? I'm gonna do mine second because mine I'm gonna talk about for a little while.
Okay. My wettest.
I'm pretty excited.
My wettest moment was the Wheel of Fortune.
Hold on, my driest moment might be I might have a hemorrhoid or brewing.
Oh God!
Because I've been having problems pooping, Tara. I finally
You should
pooped
go to the
really.
doctor.
No, I did poop. I just because my diet is proteiny, but I finally got
Yeah.
a good. I finally cleared out real good right before this, but I do a little pushing, and I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm just saying. What's your wettest moment of the week?
My wettest moment of the week is the Wheel of Fortune.
Is the thing you sent a clip of?
Yeah.
Okay. It was wet.
It was real wet. So it was at the end where they just like have to start guessing.
Say a letter
'cause
and
they're-
guess.
Yeah, say a letter, then
No
guess.
spinning.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was Tamarius's turn, and he said that the puzzle was right in the butt. And
His guess was right in the butt. You should have given
right
a
in
little
the butt.
context of
I
it,
know. His guess was right in the butt. And Pat Sajak sounded so disappointed. Well,
Yeah.
first a woman gasped.
Oh my god!
And
And then Pat was very disappointed in him. What was
And
the
he
actual
was like,
answer?
the actual answer was, "This is the best."
This is the best. It could have been right in the butt if, honestly, it could have technically been.
No, it
Except for,
couldn't
I know because there was a couple letters that weren't available.
Right.
But if people guess wrong all the time because they miss a letter.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about it.
Right
It
in
was
the butt.
very, very funny. But
have. So good.
Pat's disdain and like, it's like the dude wasn't trying to fucking round. He just kind of,
No,
he almost paused for a super long time. Like there's a long pause. Right in the butt? Like he's trying for real.
he is,
And like,
which makes it even wetter.
I know, it makes it
It's
so
so
wet.
good. It's so wet.
was
It's
so
so
funny.
funny. Like everyone, like anyone to like act is ridiculous.
Oh my,
because
she
it-
like, oh my god. Yeah, it's
It
called
is-
ass fucking bitch. Shut
yeah,
up.
it's hilarious. Like
It's so funny.
it was so good. It was nope, not that.
So good.
Oh, Tamarius.
Episode 111's been a fucking ride so far.
It has been.
Tamarius was his name?
Yeah,
It's a good name. Tamarius. Come on, Tamar.
Tamarius.
Fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
it has been a ride because mid Saving Private Ryan, he went on a rant about Willy Wonka.
So? It's what we do.
I know, but
kind of the
it was a
point.
wild ride.
Tara, I'm wearing the Wonka hat. and
You
it's
keep looking at
velvety.
yourself.
I
And you're
can't
like,
stop.
I need to just keep talking about Wonka. You're like, I'm looking good.
Yeah, that was wet as fuck.
Yeah, it
No
was
doubt about it. Loved it. It's a good one. We've sent each other a lot of clips
yeah.
throughout the week. That one was very good.
And I think it's one of the more recent ones I've sent you that actually
Yeah, so this
is
is what we've just. I don't know if we talked about this in
recent.
the pod, but Tara's so bad at social media.
so bad.
Tara sends me things that are so fucking old. I'm like, are you 50? I don't know how she's even coming across to them this late.
It's in my For Yous.
Like she sent me one that was new finally, and I liked it. But mostly it's like, why are you sending me this thing from? There was one where it was Will Smith and it was Jaden Smith as a little boy with what's that girl's name? Breslin, Abigail Breslin, like at probably the Oscars or something, and they were presenting, and then they like cut it with Will Smith yelling at him, keep his name out of his fucking mouth. And it literally came out, I think, the day after that all happened. Like 3 years ago now. 2 years ago,
Hey,
at least.
Sometimes you gotta remember.
And then she sends
that.
me like old wrestling ones that I've seen before, but that's okay. Those are recycled all the time.
Those are fun.
Those don't bother me. None of them bother me. It's just like, why is your shit so
You're like,
old?
yeah, I've seen that shit.
Like I've seen this.
It's like
I
I'm
might
gonna
even
send you
have
Damn Daniel.
Damn Daniel.
Damn Daniel.
So, yeah, that was pretty wet. But Tara's really bad at sharing stuff.
I am not good.
So you ready for my wettest thing of the week?
Yeah, I know what it's gonna be.
What is that?
I don't.
What do you know? You have no idea.
I know.
What do you mean you know?
I have a guess.
What is it? Let's hear your guess.
Actually, I don't have a
Let's
guess.
hear your guess.
I
Before I do
don't
it.
have a
Say your
guess.
fucking guess.
No,
I have a guess. I know what it's going to be. I have a guess. What is it?
I
If
don't.
you ruin it, I don't care. You're not gonna, but.
You were watching Entourage, is my guess.
Did I tell you that already?
No, but you said something because I said we talked about
Tara,
something.
my wettest thing of the week, not only was I watching Entourage, I watched the entire series in the last like 10 days.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I just had it on all the time, no matter what I was doing. Working out, on. Doing shit on the computer, on. Editing, on. It was my fucking soundtrack to my life for the last almost 2 weeks, I want to say. Not even, probably 10 days.
Oh my God.
And I finished it today about at 7 o'clock ish. I finished it up.
Wow.
I watched all of it. And let me tell you something. It is the wettest. It is.
Is it?
There's so many things about it. There's some really dumb shit about Entourage, Tara, but it is really
Wet.
fun, inappropriate, outdated
Yeah.
in moments. The babes are the amount of babes per episode. There's never been anything like it on TV. Babes per episode, like ratio, never been touched from this
Okay.
show. Never been touched. It's wild. I mean, it's a nuts show. It's like, how many babes can we put in this episode? And then they have the balls. Let me break this down for you.
Okay.
So, Tara, you got to watch Entourage again. You used to watch it with me, didn't you? Wouldn't
Yeah,
you watch
I
it
liked
together?
it. Yep.
Like, it was still going when we lived here. Like, we watched the
Mhm.
last few 3 or 4 seasons here, I want to say, together. But so, you know, if you guys haven't seen Entourage, you're dumb. Catch up. It's easy watch. They're half-hour
wet.
episodes. It's so wet. It's so wet. There's like 12 episodes, 12 to 13 to 14 to 20 episode seasons. To 8.
Oh my
8 as well. It's nuts. Tara, season 1's like 12. Season 2's 20. Season 8 episodes. It's all over the fucking place.
Was there
When
some
season
writer
2
strikes?
had 20 episodes, I was like, holy shit, how long is it going to take me to watch this? And so I went and looked, and I'm like, oh, everything else is like 13, 14, 12 area, 8. So half of the fucking episodes are season 2. But anyway, it's just all these guys getting together, trying to find babes. I think there's sex in every single episode.
Definitely.
I think someone has sex in every episode. Vince, most episodes until late the last like season. Maybe a couple other episodes here and there, but like it's just like he'll like every one of them's dating girls other than Vince. Vince could probably bang any chick that he banged in it. He's a handsome movie star, and he's a good-looking person in real life too. These other
Yeah.
3, no, are not banging any of the chicks they're banging. I know they're Vince's, like maybe Johnny because
Homies.
he's famous and on TV, but the other
Sure.
2, no, not the chicks that they're getting with. No fucking way. It's out of control, Tara. But it's so fun. It's such a fun watch. Again, it's out of Ari says so many inappropriate
Oh my
things.
gosh.
But you're supposed to know it's supposed to be inappropriate. A lot of stuff is, but they're really loosely dropping the F bomb here and there. The F.
The what?
I would normally say fuck. So I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Like things like that. Like the homophobia bits are probably the hard part
Yeah.
in it. They also don't paint women great, I would say. They treat them like dummies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's not totally true because some of them are very capable and do a lot of big stuff in the show. But Vince is just fucking all the time. In the last couple episodes, he's like he finds this girl. It's so stupid. This woman who's like doing a story on him for like not something like Variety. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And basically she thinks he's he asks her out and she was not having it. She's just like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm a journalist and I don't do that. So then, but he's like in love with her, he claims, right? There's like with 3 episodes left to go in the series.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I'm a good guy. So the publicist lets him re-interview her re-interview him, right? And again, he like gives a better interview. But then tries to ask her out at the end again. He's like, "What's up with you?" And like, so in the article, he says somehow he says he's a good guy and stuff. Some thing that says he's like a womanizer and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
which he fucking is.
Mm-hmm.
But like to prove that he isn't, he goes back to all his ladies he's banged and like tell him I was like, and then like makes them like does interviews of them all and like has them like say like, yeah, he's a great guy. I love Vince. Like, he's great. And they probably do because they banged a fucking movie star.
Right.
But like, and then she sees that and like the buddies go and like talk to her and like and they fucking get engaged in the last scene is them flying to Paris to get married as a crew, like to his wedding. It's like, what are we talking about?
Dumb.
It's such a good show, and then the end is there are a lot of the same dumb beats. Like there's always something that goes wrong on every fucking project between
Right.
Vinny and Drama and fucking
Drama.
Eric, and then Turtles is trying to turtle his way through life. But like it was a great time, Tara. I won't take it back. I loved it. Was just on. It's easy to watch. Again, some of it is outdated, but it just is. There's nothing I can do about it. But it's still like the writing's really fun and good. The way they rip on each other is a little out of control. You got Lloyd killing it. The wife doesn't make any sense. It's so like there's like when she finally gets doesn't. There's just things that don't make sense.
Ari's wife?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They separate during the last season and are going to get a divorce. They don't. Ease back and
like
forth.
You had a wet 10 days.
Tara, I enjoyed it. There's parts of it that were like, I was like, oh man,
Boring.
it made me feel old and shit like that. But like, and again, a lot of these people were in it. Let me see. Tom Hanks not in it. Matt Damon was in it. Tom Sizemore was in it. They mentioned Vin Diesel. Edward Burns is a pretty big part in it. Adam Goldberg is in it. Giovanni Ribisi's in it. A lot of these people are in it from the movie we just talked about. Just so you know.
Entourage.
So
So
yeah.
many. They had so many like
It was fun.
appearances.
It was fun. Yeah, and a lot of them are terrible. Diddy shows up in the last season, and there's a couple of people like, ooh, yikes. Yikesy. And then there's and then Barry Alvarez is in it.
What?
They have all these like football coaches come in, right? And like one of them is like Mike Ditka, and there was a glare on the TV. I was riding my bike at the time, so I couldn't see who the other two were. But the fourth one was Barry Alvarez. I'm like,
That's
who the
wild.
fuck knows who Barry Alvarez is? And other than like Wisconsin fans, I guess
There's
especially
probably like
10
a
years
Wisconsin
ago.
writer.
Especially like, I guess Barry Alvarez is kind of famous just because he came like the head of the Big Ten and stuff like that. But only if you knew college Big Ten football. Mike Ditka's like very famous. He's Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
So it was weird. Jerry Jones was in it because they were like talking about bringing an NFL team to LA before it even happened. But it was like kind of when it was, I think in real life, they were kind of talking about it. So they kind of wrote it into the storyline. So yeah, the wetness is, if you guys want to just like, you don't have to watch it as fast as I did in 10 days. Cause Terror was just on at all times, no matter what I was doing. If I couldn't
It's
like,
just
if I
the
had
soundtrack of your life for
like
the
if I had to
last
throw
10
headphones on and like actually pay attention to something I was editing, or if I had to, do certain things, I turned it off. But it was just on if I was home, it was on.
Do you think your neighbors heard it and were like, man, this guy's going through something?
Maybe.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, Tara, can I tell you something? I stand by what we said last year or 2 years ago, where you said what show I'd want to be Pleasantville into. It's absolutely Entourage.
Yeah.
Again, the babes, head to toe. Never a better babe lineup in the history of any TV shows. And there's some shows with some babes in it, but this just had like random babes in it that you never will see again. And like,
yeah.
And then there's ones that are like pretty famous. Actually, in the second to last season, he dates Sasha Grey, the porn star.
Grey.
She's a porn star, and she was like, kind of like, she was in a couple real movies there for a second, because Aaron Sorkin put her in a movie, because Aaron Sorkin likes to use like natural people and like wanted it to be like a porn starry person, I think. And it just like, it was weird. It was a weird season, super weird season.
She's very pretty.
It was like the only girl that he like dated for more than like 2 episodes. It's super weird. So anyway, Entourage, give it a go.
Give it a go.
Now I kind of like, you know what else they made? Ballers. So maybe Ballers is next.
Oh.
Should I watch Ballers?
Mom would die of
Tara, if I watch
happiness.
Ballers, we gotta have Mom on the pod to talk Ballers.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch Ballers next.
Maybe I'll watch Ballers.
How many episodes of Ballers are there? Let me look it up. Because I think made by like the same people. Like it's the same style, really. Ballers, it's like the same sort of thing, but in just sports world. Ballers. Come on. Ballers. Episodes. There's 5 seasons.
Okay.
8, 10, 10, 10. And this season is only It's not showing me. 9. So 47 episodes. Maybe we'll watch the first season of Ballers. And
Okay.
then if we like it, we'll keep watching it. I remember not liking it. But
I've never
Entourage
watched a
is
single
over for
second of
me.
it.
So I need a new background thing. And I think Ballers could be it.
All right.
Ballers.
I'll watch
So we're
Ballers.
going to watch Ballers. Tara, maybe that's what we do this for this next week is we just watch.
How many episodes is it?
We're just going to watch the first episode. We're just going to watch the premiere. Let's watch the
Oh.
first. Maybe the first
What if
2.
I like it?
Let's watch the pilot and the second episode.
Okay.
You can watch as much as you want, but you only have to watch the first 2. They're only 27 minutes long. So maybe the first 2. First 2,
Okay.
as much as you want, Tara. But that's both for sure watch the first 2 episodes of Ballers.
Okay.
You probably should just go watch Entourage and enjoy the shit out of it. Did you find Vinny Chase to be attractive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy, right? What happened to his
Good guy.
career though? Why is
I don't
because he's
know.
actually like here's the thing about the show, like he's kind of bad actor in the movies he's in. Like all of
Yeah.
them. It's kind of bad. But in the show, he's kind of good. Like as an actor, he does a good job playing Vinny Chase. Like I buy all of it.
Maybe he is Vinny Chase, and that's why.
Like what's Adrian Grint?
Because I feel like the last thing I saw him in was the Devil
Devil
Wears
Wears Prada?
Prada. Yeah.
No shit. Is he doing like what's he doing? Did he stop acting after that because he didn't need to ever act again? Let me look at his IMDb. Adrian Grenier. He's been in some dog shit that we've never heard of.
Like Meta Ian?
No, that was supposed to be supposed to be a big movie.
I know.
It's
but
fun
wasn't.
seeing all the movies. Medellin, you never forget about, but like just
No.
some of them, like Queens
Yeah.
Boulevard. You don't really forget about because I am Queens Boulevard. He's been in a bunch of stuff that we've not seen. It's like TV movies, probably straight to DVD stuff, maybe some.
Yeah, it looks like 2022 is the last time he put out a movie.
Right. The Entourage movie isn't on HBO, by the way.
Weird.
I had to buy it, so I didn't watch it. I was going to watch that too. I still want to watch it and see how bad it is.
Ooh. During Christmas, we'll have to watch Christmas at Graceland.
Oh, I like that. Home for the Holidays. TV movie.
Yeah.
I just think he's better than that. Does he age well or does he look bad?
I don't know. I haven't seen him lately.
Google him.
I mean, he's an attractive fella.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good. He's Vinny
He
Chase.
looks good.
Tara, do you have any other stuff for me this week? Like holidays, hard-hitting questions, lists of that nature? So don't forget next, we're going to talk more. We got more stuff. We only have one email, so. We have one email. Pretty disappointed in that. I thought maybe Chris would start a waterfall of emails coming from all over the world.
Oh, I love it.
We did. And hey, Chris, we want to thank you again. If you guys do want to email us, it's MELLONfights,
That was
MELLON fights. Tara, don't say all things while I'm giving the email out. MELLONfights at MELLONfights@gmail.com. Emails there like Chris did. And you can follow us on Instagram at MELLONfights podcast or TikTok MELLONfights or YouTube MELLONfights. And you already have found the pod, so I don't have to tell you where to find it because you're listening to it. But it is everywhere.
I felt like there weren't any good holidays, but one of them was National Bubba Day.
What day?
Bubba.
Bubba Day?
So I wanted your top 3 favorite nicknames that are like familiar nicknames, like Bubba.
Is Bubba a familiar nickname?
I feel like people always have the nickname Bubba.
Bubba?
There's always like a Bubba.
Man. Maybe like that's a good one. What do people call people like on the regular? Tubby. I feel like all of them are like going to be like
gonna be
Slim.
hard.
Slim's a good one.
Slim.
I like Slim as a nickname. I feel like that's a real thing. And then he got how about this is a hard one, Tara.
I know.
So I'm gonna go Slim. How many do I gotta give you?
3.
Slim,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Like,
There's some. I'm just blanking. Uh. Toby.
Toby.
Tubby. I don't know, man. I'm struggling with this. I'm trying to think of what people call people. Honestly, that's like normal. Bubba. What's Bubba a nickname of?
I feel like there's a ton of Bubbas.
Bubba Franks.
Like Bubba.
Booger.
Like you'll just,
Booger is not
Booger.
regular.
Ugh. I hate it.
I'm trying to think of like football guys that are like, I'm like, oh, that's not their real name. That's just what they've been calling them their
Booger.
whole lives. Like, it is always like Bubba's and BB. Bubba. I'm trying to think of one. No, it's like they're always like that though.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's someone's not their real name.
Yeah. Like haha.
Haha Clinton Dix.
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man. Yeah, I don't know.
Is
It's a
there a
hard
lot-
one. I don't think I got it for you, Tara. That's a hard one for me. I can't think of anything off the top of my head other than Slim. Slim's a good one though.
Slim.
I'm trying to think of a big guy one that's just, is kind of normal that they call people a lot.
Just big guy.
Yeah, but that's not really a nickname.
Chubs.
Chubbs. Chubbs indeed. Thick boy, Thickington. Yeah, I don't know. What else you got?
Butch.
Sure, Butch. What else you got?
It's National Rocky Road Day, and I just want to say that's a gross ice cream.
I think that's Miranda's favorite ice cream.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ugh. It just doesn't do anything for me.
It's like what, marshmallows and
Marshmallow and chocolate and
yeah, I'm not a Rocky Road guy. I'm pretty sure that's her favorite.
the marshmallow is what really throws me.
Yeah, I don't like. I agree. I would get it and then I would eat it with her. And I was like, I just don't like the marshmallow like the texture of the marshmallow, and it doesn't work. Like it was more like a marshmallow fluff. I think would like it better, but it's like that marshmallow mushiness doesn't work for me.
Yeah, like if it was like a marshmallow cream going through it, I could get down with it.
Yeah, if it was like more melted. But yeah, but like that marshmallowiness doesn't work for me. It just doesn't.
It's just a weird texture for ice cream.
What are your top 3 favorite ice creams? Go. I think we've done this before, but let's see. Do it anyway.
If they've changed.
Nobody will know.
I think my number 1 is Chubby Cubby from Babcock.
Yeah, we both said that. That was our answer for both of us.
I also like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup in my ice cream. Vanilla ice cream with Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. And
yeah, I'm not going to do this. We've done this for sure.
And like a strawberry cheesecake with graham cracker.
Oh, wow. Trying to see if anyone was born today that's worth talking about.
There wasn't.
We're not going to get anything from 2000. We're not going to get our 2011 stuff.
Do we not have something from Miranda?
Miranda didn't send an email this week, so I don't know what happened in 2011, so maybe I should do something quick. 2011 movies that I love. Let's see real quick. I would say 2011 movies that I think were good. Drive, starring what's his nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I blanking on his name, Tara?
I've never seen Drive, so I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
He's probably the most famous actor right now, other than Chalamet.
Ryan
Gosling. Yep. So Ryan Gosling is in it. He's a Drive. You never seen Drive? I could have sworn we watched Drive together.
No. We watched Collateral.
He's a getaway driver.
Mm-mm.
Terry, you should watch Drive.
No.
Not next week, but the week after. You're watching Drive. People love the movie Warrior from that year. I don't really care about it. It's like 2 brothers that fight each other in ultimate fighting. And I was like, I don't like this. You would hate it too.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be so uncomfortable with it. Yeah, not a great movie year from what I'm seeing, honestly. Again, when I go, Miranda's been getting the great stuff, and I'm not seeing great stuff from 2011. Honestly. How many times am I going to say honestly?
Honestly.
Best movie, maybe best TV show. 2011. Terry, I've been thinking about how we're talking about how like we'd look at the births and less It's sad that it is all like TikTokers and YouTubers
Yeah, it's weird.
because it's just fleeting talent. It's not gonna like people aren't gonna remember. They might remember like, oh, I remember that, but they're not gonna like they're not talented enough to like continue.
Right.
They're not gonna TikTok for 50 years.
Right.
Like a guy like you're not like Robert Redford was a star for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't understand it. So that's I guess the point I'm talking about. Like it's no one's coming out anymore. That there's not a lot of young great actors in the world because young people always want to be influencers. It's great because Tara, listen. When I was a kid, always wanted to like make movies and comedy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like just wanting to be an influencer is stupid.
I know.
I show you the food I eat. You're dumb. You're fucking stupid. Man, I ain't finding shit, Tara. Bob's Burgers. People love Bob's Burgers.
I like it.
There's something here called The LeBrons from 2011. Never heard of it. There's a TV show from 2011 to 2014 called LeBrons. And it's an animated series about LeBron James and a bunch of like other people.
Weird.
And I don't remember it. What the fuck was it on? It's on Stars.
Oh.
Oh no, it says that's who it starred. I don't know who was in it or on. I don't know anything about it. I don't remember the LeBrons. Do you?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't either. That's super weird. Here's a better list. Oh, Game of Thrones started in 2011.
Ooh.
Suits started in 2011.
People love that show.
It's because it was on Netflix and they just watched it. It was one of those things. Shameless.
Mom watched it before it was on Netflix.
Yeah, Mom, it's part. Of course, Mom watched it. Shameless, American Horror Story, Black Mirror, Bob's Burgers, New Girl. New Girl was good.
Love New Girl.
So yeah, that was 2011. That's enough 2011 stuff. I just wanted to. We don't normally. Two Broke Girls, our favorite show.
Ugh.
What a piece of shit that show was.
It really was.
God, it was a piece of shit. Dance Moms also started in 2011. So that's where we got our JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa.
She's a fucking weirdo.
No
I don't need
kidding.
to. Oh, Workaholics. Man, there was some good stuff in 2011. Jesse. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse. Hey, Jesse.
So yeah, there you have it. 2011, we gave you a little refresher. Anything else, Tara? Any hard hitters for me other than any of that?
Nope.
We're gonna have it's always we vamped there for a while. Let's look at our one email. We got one email for the week, and then we're out of here, guys. I gotta open it up. MELLONfights@gmail.com. This one's from Jeannie. Maybe you've heard of her. There's our one email for the week. Thanks, Mom. We love you.
We do.
I'll see you this week. Jeannie Mellon. My email was done and then I lost it. Trying again, but won't be as complete. Okay. I don't know how you lost it. You ever heard of your drafts? I actually had someone asked to have the WNBA game turned on at the wine bar. We're making progress. I don't want that progress, Mom.
True.
I don't want to be at a bar and anything could be on the TV and they pick the WNBA games because they suck. Tara, you don't watch them?
I don't.
And why is that? Because like we're about to watch. Think about how good Jason Tatum has played, and don't get me wrong, Caitlin Clark does really great stuff. I stand by. I'm a believer in her skill. Her teammates can't handle her shit. I watched this other thing, which is highlights of her passing people. They're like her assists are low because and they just show her passing the ball to people, and then they just miss layups and do stupid shit. And it's just like
that'd be so
I
frustrating.
basically was saying that last week. It's like they can't handle it. They're not ready for it. We're making progress. I don't know why we need to. We already got the best basketball. Why do we need them less than basketball? Get it out of my face. That's my only point. I don't want to watch it, Tara. Guess what? I'm going to watch women's gymnastics instead of men's. I like that better.
Season,
huh?
Later in the season, I might try to catch some women's basketball.
Maybe
right
in the
now,
playoffs.
it's a little rough.
It's always a little rough. It's just all so far below the rim. If there was women's pickleball, I bet I'd watch that before men's pickleball. I just don't want to watch a man play pickleball. It feels like the court's too small for these big men. It looks so stupid. I hate it. I hate pickleball, Tara. Stop trying to make my family play it.
I'm not the one who started it. Mom is.
Get dad off the court.
Well,
Agree the freedom of... Hold on. Agree there is freedom of speech, and we are all entitled to our opinions and beliefs. Don't have to agree. I support... but don't have to agree or support those opinions. In the kicker's case, I think his views are oppressive and scary. We need to do better and be critical thinkers.
yep.
Yeah, agree there should be freedom. I don't think we ever... I'm just saying there is a freedom of speech, so he's technically allowed to say what he fucking wants, but everyone's also allowed to be like, you're a dumb fuck. He is a dumb fuck.
What if we lost Chris as a listener because he
Chris,
loved Harrison
I'm sorry.
Butker?
You love Butker and his ways?
Because
Chris.
he's an Iowa guy.
Oh.
So that means he could pick any team, and maybe he's like a huge
That's
Butker
true.
fan.
He's a big Butker guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually would love to know when people stop listening to us because we piss them off.
Yeah.
It's definitely happened. I think it's happened with our friends. There's like, I can't
Yeah.
listen to this fucking Drew talk about how much he hates the WNBA every goddamn week. We're talking about Brewster's Millions. We'll be watching it. It would be so great to have that much money just to give away to help people. I know it's outside of Brewster's rules. Yeah, he's only allowed to give 5% to charity.
Yeah.
But after he wins it, he can help as many people as he can help people. He just couldn't give it to charity.
Right.
The thing is, he could just hire as many
make
people.
It up. Yeah.
That was the thing. There's so many reach arounds, so many ways around it where you just hire every person.
Drew's
Like,
been
hey,
watching too much Entourage.
love Entourage.
Reach around.
Love Entourage. It's so funny. They talk about butt sex, like it's like a novel thing. It's like so weird. Excited you have a new listener chiming in. Definitely not my friend Chris. Okay. Like Chris's idea of wet and dry takes of the week. Yep, we did them. A few wet and dry. Not sure if on track of what you were looking for. Wet. Played pickleball instead of boring exercise. Your dad was immediately better than me. Duh.
I love that that's her wet.
Had a beverage, and she has more than one wet. Had a beverage and listened to live music outside a beer garden. Cool.
That's wet.
Enjoyed Schwann's ice cream with a cut up Snickers bar. Nice.
I love her wets.
Yeah,
They're so wholesome.
I know. It's just
They're so wholesome.
Basically, tell me what she did for the week.
I love it.
Dry. People that don't understand the process of a trial and being judged by a jury of peers. All this rhetoric is dangerous and divisive. Dang, this lady is coming hard. Forgetting to put on deodorant. Dry.
Mom.
Probably actually a little wet, actually, there.
That was at me. I forgot to put on deodorant. And she ran some out to me to my job.
Oh, wow. Had someone open their door into my sweet convertible, gouging the door. It sucks. Was mom in the car when it happened?
No, I saw it today when I got...
First car names. Your dad and I drove my sister's first car into the ground, and its name was Old Nell. Super cool old car. Had electric windows and seats, which was unheard of at the time. I did love the Mel van. Everyone loved the Mel van.
Yeah.
Drew, you were a terrible sharer. Tara, you were a very understanding sister, or maybe just wanted to avoid the melon fights. Have a Tuesday. Love you. Hey, Tara.
Hey, Drew.
Stay dry.
Stay dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Melon
fights. I think we nailed it.
We did.
Happy